Shabbat Shalom and happy Friday the 13th to everyone. And I hope everyone is having a genuinely good day. I'm watching Friday the 13th 1. And the goal is to get through, at least 4 or 5, maybe all 10 or 12 of the Friday the 13th movies in the next day or so. I've done them for leisure in the past, just watching them all within 3 or 4 days, or over the span of a month or two, watching all the movies and catching up. But I really like how this Friday the 13th kind of snuck up on me. The 2016 or 17, gosh, I think there was 2 or 3 Friday the 13th in that particular year, and none of them snuck up on me, and I all took advantage of them all. One where I met Shelley from Part 3 and Peter Bracke, author of Crystal Lake Memories, at a silent theater. I think that's the name of it. They was playing Part 3. And then I saw Part 1 on the big screen, meeting Sean S. Cunningham that night in San Pedro. I believe that was October 13th, 2016 or 2017. One of the two. But since then, I've become, from meeting those individuals, corresponding online mainly now, and then corresponding with Victor Miller, become quite familiar with the series and quite, I guess you would say, a co-sharer of ideas. Become friendly, or I would say, not that we're adversaries now, but it's a thorny guy named Barney Cohen. He's the writer of Part 4. But we've met and discussed some projects related to Friday the 13th and some other things as well. I'd just say he's a little bit thorny, and I could see, let's just say that these people that work in the series, they want to denigrate the work that's done overall. They'll try to be real tongue-in-cheek about their comments about it and stuff, and it's something beyond them. The series took on something far beyond what any of the individual creators, or the sum of the parts, I guess you would say. And that goes from Tom McLaughlin, who I enjoy his commentary and his, though tongue-in-cheek at times, genuine reverence for the series. He didn't come into it knowing more than maybe 1 or 2 of the movies, and then I saw all 5 of them beforehand, and then took over the reins for Part 6. So, and me seeing Part 6 first always has a very meaningful spot, because I got Part 6 at Big Lots on sale for like $2 once, and I just wanted to see what these movies were all about. Because legitimately I'd seen the remake back in the day when it came out in 2009, and seen a couple hours of the movies here or there on cable, and I always loved and thought about these scenes, how genuinely amazing they are. When he's walking around in the daylight stalking various people. Now, granted, he's not the killer in Part 1, and he's technically not the killer in Part 5, and he's not actually there all the way in Part 9. Jason Goes to Hell. Just to explain the plot of Jason Goes to Hell, it's really interesting. He's actually can be consumed by one entity to the next and all that. I've spoken to the agent of the African American guy, the one that actually eats Jason's heart in the film, and is the first to reenact or become like Jason. And just they don't really realize how powerful of a force they have. You know, he's not Dick Wyand or anything, you know, the guy that played Jason in Part 5, but he's very bookable for conventions. He's a very prolific actor in horror lore and in movies and TV shows in general. He was really good on NYPD Blue, but obviously he's you know, after the aberration of Part 5, Jason is Jason. He's Jason in Part 6, he's Jason in Part 7, he's Jason in Part 8, he's Jason at the beginning of Part 9, Jason Goes to Hell. But then he's blown to smithereens, to pieces and all that. And the coroner, who's this African-American gentleman, eats the heart of Jason. Now that actor, I mean, when I spoke to his agent, I was very surprised that they don't book him at a high volume for conventions and all that. I mean, sure, he's not interested in it on the surface. He just doesn't know about it who wouldn't be interested in an extra, you know, 1,000 or 2 per month? I don't know. I find it to be kind of ludicrous. But anyway, I hope everyone's doing great on the Friday the 13th. We have all these Friday the 13th movies to discuss going forward. I don't know how many more videos I'll put up regarding this subject because I really like the part, you know, Part 1, that's what I'm on right now, where, you know, the first girl's killed, or actually, you know, the teens are killed, and then the first girl's killed in their quote-unquote modern time of the movie. And just this great pointed conversation that she has as kind of being a hitchhiker, or, you know, asking at the diner for a ride, basically. And this local kook type guy that she's getting the ride from in the truck. So I'll make one more video and kind of roundabout discuss a little bit more about this great holiday and these great movies. So enjoy Friday the 13th and Shabbat Shalom.